Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the 287th edition of Cinema Effect, the podcast where we review and talk about a different movie every single Monday. And this week, that movie is Project Hail Mary, which opened in the US on March 20th, 2025. It was directed by Phil Lord and Christopher Miller. It is a space sci-fi film, and the synopsis says, science teacher Ryland Grace wakes up alone on a spaceship light years from Earth. As his memory returns, he uncovers a mission to stop a mysterious substance killing the sun and save Earth. An unexpected friendship may be the key. Yeah, that's good. That's a good synopsis right there. I've just sort of acknowledged that, like, we've kind of been like a two-man podcast for like the past month, and then suddenly we've just doubled. We've just fucking procreated here. Look at us all. Look at all our beautiful faces here. All right. Jaden, I want to start with you. Pleasure to have you back on the show. What did you think of Project Hail Mary, sir?
I thought it was pretty decent. I wish I could have bought into the spectacle a bit more. Especially when you get to some of those scenes later and the movie's really trying to, get you caught up in, the feeling of it all. But it kind of failed on that front for me. I think the general story was really fun. It definitely felt like an Andy Weir story to me. Having not read Hail Mary, but having read The Martian, I think Andy Weir was all over this in its kind of hope and its and the science and just like the general kind of storytelling. Like it felt like his product, so that was good. I don't know. I liked a lot of it, but it's just that I don't know whether it's I didn't fully buy into it, and I don't know whether that was my fault or the movie's fault. But I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out. We'll deduce the answer to that question, hopefully. Dr. Luke, I want to go to you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Literally me in this film. What did you think of Project Hail Mary?
Yeah, like I enjoyed it. I enjoyed all the science in it. I really enjoyed like the whole relationship with Ryan Gosling and Rocky. I kind of agree with Jaden that it didn't really sell me on the spectacle as much as I thought it would. Like there is that scene when it's like Ryan Gosling's like in space and all the lights go around and it's like I'm having a moment. I was like, that was supposed to be that sort of scene in the movie that really knocked me out, but it didn't really. But like having said that, so much of the movie was a positive for me that I kind of am able to overlook that. Like I think the dynamic between Rocky and Grace is like so strong that it sort of like trumps anything that I have issues with, like certain scenes or things like that. So like I was hyped up for the movie. I was really enjoying it all. I was still waiting for that moment of just like it just didn't, like I can't really remember if it had a moment that really just like punched it out. It felt like it was just sort of pretty consistently the whole time. It never, like, I don't really remember it having a hurrah moment or anything like that. But like that doesn't necessarily mean that I didn't like it. Like I still think even though it was like sort of steady the whole time, it was like funny. And it was good. And like it was sort of consistently steady and quite strong. That was just like I've sort of been sitting with it for a few days now. And like I'm sort of like there's no like scene that's incredibly like amazing. But I think the whole movie itself is just good. And so I think I'm sort of just going, oh, that's just like a solid movie. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. This isn't really going the way I expected already. So I don't disagree with you guys. I think I agree with your overall points. In terms of sort of your arcs with the film and some of the stuff in the back half. I think this movie's awesome. Just as much as I hoped, my expectations were definitely met. I was so there with the humor, so there with Grace as a character. I was pretty enthralled with this adventure for the majority of the runtime. I definitely I overall agree with your point though, Luke, is that I think this film sort of lacks a big climactic punch towards the end. So, and yeah, and there's some thoughts about some of the bigger sort of sequences it goes for. I agree with that. But my first overall reaction to it, nonetheless, has been I've been saying all week to anyone who asks me is that, like, first of all, highly recommending this film. Second of all, also recognizing that coming so early in the year, like this film is going to be high on a lot of people's favorite movie of the year. Like, obviously, I mean, it has the momentum right now from the scores that we're seeing online and stuff, but I felt it had that energy watching it as well. Like, I could tell this is going to be a huge crowd pleasing film that's going to shoot up the list for a lot of people. So overall, Lord and Miller strike again for me. I thought it was great. It sounds like I might be the highest so far, but we'll see where Fitzy falls.
No, I think you'll be the highest. Okay. I mean, I pretty much agree with what's already been said. Like, I feel like it was a bit, I don't know, just kind of overly humorous, although I did find it, like, kind of steadily entertaining and funny, very funny, throughout.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, like, the spectacle and the weight of it wasn't really there for me. So yeah, I don't know, it's kind of a film that's already faded a bit in my mind because of that, but still, like, I did have, a good time watching it, from start to finish, so yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. Huh. What a dynamic here we have. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still think, like, this is certainly in my top 10 of the year. Like, with everything that's coming out in this year, this movie will be in that top 10. Whether or not it's in the top 5, like, considering that this movie is going to have to compete with The Odyssey, it's going to have to compete with Dune.
True.
It's going to have to compete with Spider-Man. It's going to have to compete with Disclosure Day. Like, it has to compete with, like, it's like, there's a lot of movies to compete with this year. Someone's like, should this movie have come out this year? I don't know. But, like, it's still a good movie. It'll be in a lot of people's top 10. I think you're right. Yeah.
Well, it's a great point because this year's just so stacked. Like, it's kind of, well, it's seeming stacked up front, obviously. But, like, this film would easily be in my top 5 any other year. Like, I'll say that.
Bro, it's like fucking 3 months of the year. Give it some time.
You see, like, I'm just saying, like, compared to the last few years, the quality of this film.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
Wow.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought it was. I really did think it was great overall, and I think so. I kind of expected to bring this part up, which, obviously there's inevitable conversations about to be had about Ryan Gosling. And I expected to bring this up and for everyone here to kind of agree with me, but maybe I'm feeling like that might not happen. But let's see. This is the best Ryan Gosling performance I've ever seen.
I think I agree. I think I agree with you, Zach. The only thing that's the only thing that's coming to mind is his performance in Nice Guys, but I see that more of a dual. Like, I don't think you could have Ryan Gosling in that movie without Russell. So, like, I think Hail Mary is probably his best.
Thank you, Luke. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, like, what else would it be?
Have you forgotten every movie he's been in, or, like, what's going on?
Well, like, maybe Lars and the Sex Doll,
Blade Runner, La La Land, Place Beyond the Pines.
Yeah.
I think First Man. First Man? No, maybe not First Man.
Nah.
And
these are a great performance
for sure. I
still think this is better. I still think it's better than La La Land and better than all that.
So do I. I do too. I just fully, and look, honestly, I'll set it up like this. Like, when I was reading the book, I think maybe my relationship with the book might have elevated this, because when I was reading the book, I knew Ryan was playing this part already because I only read it like 9 months ago. And the whole time I was struggling to imagine him playing Grace, to be honest, because I just thought he was too cool. I thought he was too cool to play this character. This guy's dorky. This guy's like kind of a low-key loser, coward guy. but he's kind of endearing, is his thing. And I'm like, Ryan Gosling can't play this. He's too cool. And I was so wrong. I was blown away by how wrong I was so early in the film about that. That, like, you know, he just nailed that whole side of him. He's charming, submissive, a loner, but has that endearing quality I'm talking about. But man, I felt it right from that first scene with the kids in the classroom. Like, I knew I was wrong, and he's nailed it. Like, just by the way in which he's interacting with the kids and having fun with them, like it was, and like, you know, what way he's like trying not to answer the question about like how we're all going to die. Like, it's straight. It nailed the tone of the book. His performance nailed the character, and keeps the kind of like playful spirit of Grace. More so than I sort of thought. More so than I was expecting and thought he was capable of. It's just on me for underestimating Ryan Gosling as an actor, because like obviously he's a phenomenal actor, but I didn't realize, I didn't realize he could do this. Maybe I put him in a bit of a box myself, like in terms of the kind of roles I associate him with, but he kind of expanded the range here for me, to be honest.
I mean, charming, submissive, loner. Yeah, I mean that's the nice guys. That's his character.
Yeah, it is, but I don't know.
That's also him in The Fall Guy and The Grey Man.
And not so much Grey Man.
Maybe La La Land. Isn't he sort of like charming and bubbling in The Grey Man? Or is he cool in that? I don't remember.
No, it's pretty cool, suave.
Yeah, okay. But even still, it's the best version of that.
I think so. He totally took me on this journey. Honestly, it was a huge part of it was his performance the entire time. Like the tone, the humor, and his delivery of everything. It was just, he brought me along 100%. And I fully bought into him as Grace.
I go even on like the dorky front, but I didn't really feel the cowardliness that much. I mean, he did feel like kind of a more, like less of a heroic kind of figure and more kind of normal guy, but it wasn't like anything too pronounced to like, for me to like, celebrate it that much.
Okay.
And also the humor was just so Ryan Gosling that it was, that's just him in interviews. He just has that self-effacing kind of humor usually. So that wasn't like an acting feat by any means.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I want to get into the coward aspect a bit later when we get into some story stuff. Actually, okay. Jaden,
he said that he said that he improvised a lot of this stuff. Like a lot of this movie was just him by himself, with either the puppeteer controlling Rocky, or like he said that the directors and whatnot were just like in his ear giving him directions and things like that while he was on harnesses and whatever. So like when you're saying that he's embodying the character of the book, but Gosling is saying in interviews that a lot of the stuff he's doing and saying is improvised, is it the script that's providing that, or is it Gosling's understanding of the text that's sort of allowing him to inform those decisions to fully embody the character of Grace?
Well, I thought it was the latter, but apparently this is just Ryan Gosling. That's a good point, Fitzy. I don't know. I'm not like the biggest Ryan Gosling fan, so maybe this is why this impressed me so much, and having and the whole book aspect I brought up, because I don't know, I haven't really seen him in interviews or anything, and I don't know, I feel like The Nice Guys is kind of the only comedic thing I've seen him do, and like I kind of associate that more with being a bit of a, I don't know, that character. Like, it's a fun performance, but I don't really remember that. Like, I don't feel like he doesn't carry that movie on his back. You know what I mean? Like, it's this grand thing. So I don't know. I kind of categorize it a bit differently, I guess.
He's
but
great.
Yeah, I don't know. How did you feel about Grace as a person, as a character? Did he have performance or not? I guess it's tied to it inherently, of course. But did you like this guy? Were you charmed by him? Did he do enough? I mean, Fitzy brought up a few good points about this already, but did he do enough to sort of stand out as a likable, memorable protagonist, in this genre?
Me or Jaden?
Whoever you want. It's a question to the panel.
I think I think he has done enough to stand out. Like the immediate comparison I can think of is The Martian, right? Like same writer of the book, and that had Matt Damon, who was also like stranded in space by himself, who also had some comedic elements to his character in The Martian. Like he would tell jokes to the cameras and things like that. But Gosling's performance is different to that, and I think distinct from that. I think it's and I think even though he's still playing Ryan Gosling, it's still a really good performance nonetheless. And he's not just playing himself, he's playing it up a bit. And in that playing it up, he's doing that well. And he's holding the comedy well when he needs to. He's sort of holding the tension between him and like in some of the sadder scenes or the more drama-filled scenes. He's still doing all that well. So like I believed him. I was so on board with Grace. Like from the second he was on screen, I was like, yeah, this is my protagonist. I'm very happy with him. I'm on his side immediately. Like I didn't even really doubt some of the things he was saying or doing. I was just completely on board. I was won over. He was literally me. I was watching it going, yep, tick, yep, got it. And so I was completely sold. Yeah, I was on board.
Nice, very good. I assume is the sort of humor and charm and sort of the way that the blending of the science and tone of like if you compare him to Matt Damon's character in The Martian, is that I assume that is that where a lot of the similarities you see, Jaden, between like the Andy Weirness of it in those two characters?
I think in the characters, in the writing, and then in the story in general. I mean, like there's such a focus on the individual and like their achievements and their strife that kind of bleed through in both. And then obviously the humor that's entwined is massively Andy Weir. Yeah, I don't know. The kind of. I think it's mainly those. Like it's the solo aspect combined. Yeah, combined with the funny stuff and the hopeful stuff. It's like that's pretty much what made The Martian and what made this, I guess. I think Damon and Gosling's performances are pretty comparative, I guess, but I think that's just by way of source. Like I don't know.
Yeah. I agree with that. I definitely see it in like the tone and like having the high, like I like what you said about hope, and then also having like the high stakes, science, grounded in science sort of dilemma mixed with like these sort of charming characters that are happy to sort of, joke around a little bit.
Yeah.
I remember the tone being a bit different though. Oh, sorry. Did you? Oh, sorry, you got the
no, you're right.
I was going to say, like, I feel like what Ryan Gosling's character, like what Grace does really well, is he plays the isolated scientist who's kind of going a bit, not stir crazy, but he's kind of going a little bit insane. Not insane, but like, if he started like talking to himself, I would sort of believe it. Like the way that he was talking to the camera is almost like he's sort of losing his mind a little bit. Whereas when Matt Damon was doing it in The Martian, it felt a bit more serious. And like he felt like he was recording it as as a log of all the things he was doing on Mars because that was a part of his mission. Whereas Ryan Gosling felt he was doing it as a coping strategy because he was sort of going insane. Like you have that bit where he finds the vodka at the very start and starts doing all the sort of cliche like stuck on a spaceship, so I'm gonna like set up 10-pin bowling. I don't think he did that, but just that vibe of like, what do I do?
Yeah, for sure.
Stuck in space. What am I? I'm going to go like mucking around and things like that. I feel like Gosling played that sort of spirit of hopefulness a bit differently. Damon's was more like Damon. I feel like Damon knew that he was going to overcome it.
He had his shit together.
He was like, I'm going to science the shit out of this. I know what I'm going to do. Whereas Ryan Gosling always had that, like, I guess we'll see what happens. And he sort of had that more personal, like, you're coming on this journey with me.
That goes back
to
just
to work or not.
I mean, that goes back to like Damon's character knew he could get home if he does well. Whereas like for the majority of the runtime, you know, Grace thought that it was a suicide mission no matter what. I mean, like,
yeah, that's
just me saying the characters are similar doesn't mean they have to be 1-to-1. I mean, like, they are very similar, and you brought up a good exemption, but like that doesn't mean that the characters are dissimilar either for this one fact. Like, they are similar characters. I just think as well, just with other space stories, like it doesn't seem as focused on the individual. I mean, even when you have very lonely ones, like at Astra or whatever, like, because I mean, like the focus is still on like the other. I feel in his loneliness, but I guess that applies here as well. I don't know. Just feels different.
Wait, do you mean because he has Rocky, or what do you mean? Sorry,
I don't know. I don't know what I meant by that.
That's okay. Jaden, what do you think of Rocky?
Just I didn't watch any trailers. I didn't watch any trailers.
That's what I was going to ask. Yeah.
And I did read a headline, not an article. I'm not gonna lie. I read a headline saying that that was about why Lord and Miller chose to spoil the film, and I didn't in the marketing, and like I didn't know what that was about, but I knew that it was gonna be something. But then just before I went to go watch it, someone said to me, "Oh, I heard it's a buddy film." I was like, "Fucking arsehole." So I figured there was gonna be something like that. But I was still pretty pleased. I really liked Rocky. I liked his design. I liked having as far from a non-humanoid you kind of could. I mean, it's nice. I don't know if I love the voice. The voice felt too typical. I mean, like I loved. Like it worked. It worked really well. It was perfect for it. But at the same time, I would have liked something a bit more atypical in the voice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know the design was cool and the chemistry was good. I liked Rocky. Yeah.
You would have loved the Meryl Streep voice. We should have stuck with that.
Yeah. Dude, I just saw this week. I think she's won like 4 Oscars. That's insane. How the hell has she done that? That's fucking beyond me.
Oh man, no, that's great because I mean, yeah, it definitely was a choice. I understand it in terms of spoiling.
I get it too. I get why they chose to spoil it.
Yeah. But like, I read the book blind, and had no idea that it was even going to feature an alien in any capacity. So that was cool. But what about you, Spooky? Did you see? Oh, you watched the trailers and stuff. So you'd seen Rocky. You'd become accustomed to his look and feel.
Well, like yes and no, because like so they released Rocky in the trailer, but I think in the trailer they just showed him tapping on the glass, and then I think maybe in the second trailer was when they had the scene of him and like translating what he was saying, and it said like Rocky Grace save stars, and it's like, but even still, I didn't know that he was gonna come like out from the wall in his own bubble, coming into the other side of the ship. Like, so when that actually happened in the movie, I was like, oh, they're actually going to like properly, like I always thought it was going to be, they go up to the glass and they're always talking in front of the glass. But then they completely just went, oh no, actually Rocky can do whatever he wants and he can go in his little boat out of the ship. And so that was just, I enjoyed that a lot because I was like, oh, is he just going to be behind the wall the whole time? It's like, oh, that could be a bit weird. And then the second he just rocked up at the door, I was so sold. Like when he's running around the room going like, dirty, dirty. Why is it dirty? I loved all that stuff. And like, to your point, Jaden, when you were talking about like the voice, I think I'm okay with the voice because of the like the way that the lines were delivered, if that makes sense. Like it wasn't like, it was still like a robot-y kind of voice, but he like the speed at which things were said was not monotone and not robotic. Like there were some things he said quickly and some things he said slowly, and I think that sort of helped for me. I think if it was a completely like text to speech voice the whole movie, I think I'd lose my mind.
No, that's not the voice. That's not the issue I had with the voice. I just wish it was a bit more.
Oh no,
just different. Like I don't mind. Like I don't know. Like that. No. Like I just wish some of the more weird voices that he was experimenting with were like what he landed on, just for a bit of a piss take.
So you would have rather Meryl Streep?
No.
Any of the others but Meryl Streep.
I think
should have stuck with
it kind of just
Mickey
reminds
Mouse
me
or
of
something.
that little cunt from fucking Galaxy Quest or whatever it's called. Not Galaxy Quest. What is it? Hitchhiker's Guide. Like that little robot there. I don't know. Just kind of felt like that to me.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. I don't know.
Maybe find
I mean,
an
like,
image.
if you think about it, it makes zero sense that Rocky would emote with his voice and like in the way in which he does in the film at all, because like it's just meant to be a laptop that can say one per word. So it makes no sense that he's able to say a sentence in a sad tone. It doesn't make any sense. But that's fine. You'll let that go because you obviously want a character that can emote. Yeah, exactly. Fitzy, were you surprised by Rocky? Did you buy into his very unique sort of what's the word? Anatomy? Is that the word? I'm looking for?
Yeah.
Like his his design basically.
His physiology.
Physiology, is that it?
Yeah, physiology. Yeah, but there's also like
Hell
the
yeah.
face. One side, physiology. I don't know.
Oh wow.
Anyway,
That's above me.
no, I feel the same way like about him as I do Gosling, pretty much. Like they're both very like likable, like viable characters, but yeah, I don't know, like not much more than that. They're just very, I guess, serviceable, I guess.
Okay.
I think like both characters, like their serviceability kind of is what makes like the third act, what makes the film kind of crush over its own weightlessness, I guess, because they're not. I mean, that's like my. I mean, that I guess is the main issue with the film. It's just that it doesn't really develop them in any meaningful way. And I think even like him being a cow because he doesn't want to like, kill himself in space is kind of just weak as well.
Okay. Yep.
But Rocky, yeah, like they're obviously like very, easy to relate to, easy to like characters, but it's just like not that much more than that, I guess.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. Okay. I was just very impressed with the puppet and the way it all came together in the end, because my thing with reading this book is that I was just like, I had no fucking idea how they were going to do this character. Like in the way
he described
he
in the
was
book?
described.
Oh, yeah.
It exactly like this. Like they nailed it. They nailed it. 100% nailed it. He's described as a rock with these 5 unique sort of like 5 limbs, I guess, and like the weird unique finger thing going on, and he's the size of a Labrador is how it's described. Fucking nailed the assignment. Nailed the fucking assignment. And that's the thing. As I'm reading that, I'm like, so he's going to be CG, I guess. Like I don't know. I just couldn't really picture you doing it any other way. But I'm like, is that going to be weird? Is that? I had questions. Is the best way to put it. But man, I was just so impressed. So impressed with how they pulled this off. You could tell, and this is a no-brainer to anyone who were to read this material. Like you'd think, we need to nail this for the movie to work, obviously. And they just so nailed it. So nailed it in terms of like the fact that I don't know, like I personally think the fact that we sort of just had a whole like 5 to 10 minute conversation about Rocky as a character and how we bought into him or whatever, like, and didn't even bring up the fact he was a fucking puppet is pretty impressive, to be honest. Like we were actually just talking about him like he's a legit, like he may as well have been like legitimately the Rock itself was a living being that was starring alongside Ryan Gosling. You know what I mean? So I don't want to undersell how impressed I was by that. And just, I just think his design's super unique, super cool. I love unique alien designs, and sort of thinking outside the box in terms of what aliens could be on screen. Like we've got there are archetypes that big budget films follow for what aliens look like, and it fits certain molds. And this goes so far outside most of the molds that we see. Again, this is obviously Andy Weir created, his thing. But man, I just thought they nailed it on the big screen for sure. I loved Rocky, and everything he did moving around. Like I agree with you, Luke. Like when he's running around his little ball, it's just like it's so good, so great. I was gonna bring this up later, just because it feels kind of like when we're a deeper question into the review, but it's already come up several times, so I'll just ask it now, and that is about Grace's arc and his sort of where he ends up, and his sort of character journey, if you will, and how well it plays. So, going right to the ending, I guess the ultimate question I'm asking is, does his sacrifice and his grappling with sacrifice throughout, did it play well as a theme, as a story arc for him? Because the impression I've gotten so far from us kind of talking about like why the ending might not have landed, I think this could be a core part to it. But I'm curious, Fitzy, if this is part of it, because him being a coward, this idea that's come up a couple times. It's a pretty core theme to him, so I'm just curious if you felt this was a weak aspect.
Yeah, it should be a cool theme to him, but it feels like tacked on, honestly.
Okay.
It feels like the humor is the main kind of vehicle of this film, and I guess you could read it as like him, avoiding responsibility or something. But it just isn't very, it isn't really woven into the film well at all, or into his character well. And it just feels like it was kind of there for the payoff. Or for the the attempted payoff, I guess.
Yep.
So yeah, it was definitely the weakest element of the film for me.
Okay. Was there any other aspect of Grace as a character, like in terms of his journey and the ending that he gets, that was satisfying to you, or that maybe another angle on it?
And what other angle could there be?
Well, that's what I mean. Like,
What?
is there? I guess I'm asking, is there one? Do we think there is one, or is the
No, his character isn't deep enough to like have other angles on it. It's just
okay.
He's just funny high school guy.
Yeah, that's the thing. He chose to go back to teaching. That's goated.
Right. Well, sure. Yeah. Yeah. That is. I mean, that's obviously a big moment at the end there, and it's like, I think it's a great moment. I really enjoyed the moment because I think it's cute and it's funny. It's just seeing all the little rock dudes there, and it's like a full circle kind of moment. So I like it for that reason, sort of like a surface level reason. But I guess to Fidzy's point, I don't know if it necessarily like tells me something interesting about the journey, the growth that he's had as a character or something. You know what I mean? But it's still cute. I'm not trying to fully take away from it, but
yeah, it's sort of like I think I agree with that. Like, it was a really fun moment. It was a cute moment, but like it felt like there was no consequence in his decision to go back to save Rocky. Like, he made a big song and dance about, like, they split the fuel, and then he went off and went, either Rocky's going to die or I send the fuel back. And like, he makes that decision straight away to save Rocky. Like, there was I think there was maybe a 30-second montage of him walking around the planet, like his ship, deciding. But then, like, I guess he was always going to do that. Like, he was never not going to go back and save Rocky. So, like, why would you spend 10 minutes on him deciding whether or not he's going to go back and save Rocky when he's always going to go back and save him? But then he goes back and saves him. And then it's like, all right, good, they've saved him. But then I think what they needed to do is not say that when they got back to Rocky's planet, they refueled his ship and said, okay, you can go back if you want. If he stayed on Rocky's planet and he was stranded there, and like that was the consequence of his decision for it to go back and save his friendship.
Right. And he has to find peace there.
Yeah, then he finds peace there. And then, because then you would see that he does find peace there because he's the teacher there and he finds peace in that. But then the fact that Rocky's like, oh, my wife fixed your ship and you're ready to go back whenever you want. Oh,
Right.
so obviously he's just going to bring Rocky back, right? Maybe not. I don't know. Is there like infinite travel between because they can just keep making those cell eating things? Like, I think that's what killed it. Like, having to have like a complete full happy ending where nothing was left wrong, I think weakened that moment slightly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point. I see that. This might tie into a larger conversation a little bit around how the film plays with the flashbacks, and that as it progresses a little bit. But this tackling it specifically as it relates to his choice to save Rocky and the sort of motion of events there. I agree. It didn't really land for me, and it played a bit differently to me in the book. It's like it's the same thing, but emphasis wasn't quite placed in the right spots, I don't think, for it to work entirely. So the way that it plays in the book is that you get the final it's the same thing. Like you get the final flashback where he realizes he has to be the astronaut, and Stratton makes him go, and it's like it's a reveal essentially that he was a coward and didn't want to go. It's no because that's and it's the same in the film. We never knew that explicitly, right? But it's played much more like a reveal in the book because like the whole book he's trying to remember shit and trying to remember how he got there and all this, and then it's like, and then he has the epiphany that he was a coward, and it's quite an internal moment for him that he realized that because he's been doing this the whole time, like enthusiastically, like trying to hold on to hope and all this kind of stuff, and then he sort of remembers and he's like, "Fuck." So it kind of plays more in the book like him going to then he makes the choice after that to save Rocky as it's kind of like a self-redemption moment. Like,
okay,
you know, like I need to make up for the cowardness, the cowardice rather that I showed prior by making the sacrifice for my friend now. Because he had, and he doesn't weigh on it long, but it is a moment of like I could just keep going and I'm home. So what I'm raising is that the film follows the same order of events and has the same scenes. But did you guys, what I just described, did you guys feel that?
Well,
you know what I mean? Did the film linger enough?
I don't think it plays as much as a redemption, and I don't think that's for the better. I think if you play for a redemption, it cheapens the friendship and the relationship.
Really? How?
Because because then his sacrifice doesn't stem from wanting to be a good friend and good person. It stems from wanting to save his own character, you know. Rather than just being exclusively about my friend in danger and I need to save him. Instead, it's like, I can do right by myself and fix my past mistakes, you know. Like I'd rather it just be a pure kind of.
Yeah, I get what you mean, but like it's still that though. Like it's the friendship that allows him to overcome his fear, you know, and and overcome the fact that he's never going to go home.
I think the film shows that. I think it shows both. Whereas what you're describing in the book sounds like it goes a bit heavier on the, you know, on the self-redeeming kind of thing, and I just don't think that plays as well.
No, I might have. I don't think the book actually does do that. I think like it's more of that, but it definitely still is the friendship aspect as well. That's the biggest thing of it. Still, I guess I made a big deal of the redemption thing in describing it because like that was there, whereas I didn't really feel it was there in the movie. But it sounds like you weren't too fussed about that, which is good. But I don't know. I bring it up as I think it might have.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, is what I'm describing like would that have maybe improved the themes of the film or the arc of the film to you, Fitzy? Maybe just because I feel like it would have for me if I felt the film was able to replicate what I got out of the book more, you know. If it is a missing.
Well, like it did feel like that's what they were trying to do, I guess. But I just think it's kind of unsupported by like knowing more about him beforehand, I guess, because he kind of like, as a teacher, he kind of feels like a fish out of water at like the NASA like place. So it's just kind of like he was thrust into everything, and his decision or his like cowardice or whatever is very like forgivable, and normal. So, but like I do also kind of agree that it would like cheapen it a bit if it was more about like fulfilling his own kind of validation or whatever. I want to not be something bad.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. It was kind of like I acknowledged that was like what they were trying to do, but it didn't. I guess you're right in that it didn't really resonate. And if that did resonate, it probably would have, been more involved in his character a bit more. Felt a bit more there.
Yeah.
If anything,
think-
I thought it was I thought it was more interesting. Like it was more revealing about the relationship between Ryan Gosling and the woman who was running the thing back on Earth, as opposed to changing how it affected Rocky and Ryan's relationship. Like I read that moment as more of a reveal for that. Like, oh my god, she did this to him, versus like, oh, this is
okay.
him now. He needs to deal with this, and like I didn't view that as a Rocky Ryan moment. I view that more of like a Ryan, the girl from NASA, and it was to do with their relationship as opposed to Rocky and Ryan's.
But did it in and of itself, like the whole scene where he's like, trying to run away from the security guards and then gets, put unconscious to get put on the spaceship. Like, does that play? And this is a question because I knew I can't answer it. To you guys watching the film fresh, did it play as a reveal, regardless of interpretation of the reveal? Like, did it? It played as a reveal that, like, oh shit, he really didn't want to go. Okay. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, so is it a bit harsh to call him a coward for not wanting to do that? I feel like it's a bit harsh.
That's a good point.
To call him a coward, like you've said that a few times, Zach. Like, I wouldn't say you're a coward for not wanting to do that. I think it's pretty justified, which is why we're so shocked when it's a reveal, because we're like, oh my goodness, someone's made him the space. Like we empathize, like, oh gee, that's a bad thing to happen to someone. It's a bit harsh.
That's a great,
I don't know.
No, that's actually an excellent point. I think I might be coloring like the way I read it a bit strongly, because the way I personally interpreted Andy Weir's writing is that he felt pathetic to me.
Okay.
When he was doing it, that it may have been so then I might be projecting that more onto the scene than is there in the film, or I might also just be interpreting Andy Weir's writing not how he exactly, like he might not have meant to come on that strong either.
Okay.
I think
That's
both
just
meant
how
to
I
be
read
true. I think Grace is meant to
think
feel.
He's a bit pathetic.
He's meant to feel pathetic in that moment, and that's why they do the whole running away thing and his little squeals.
Sure.
But like you are also meant to empathize with this man.
Yeah, but I like, even if he's meant to feel pathetic, I don't know if he is pathetic as a character. Like that.
Yeah.
That just feels
Overall, no. Yeah.
But even before he redeems himself, to go back to Rocky, like even up until that point, I still don't think he's a pathetic character. Maybe he was acting pathetic in that one scene, but like, I don't know. Yeah,
I think it's fair to say that he had a moment of weakness when confronted with a choice that he never had to consider for himself. I think that's a fair thing to say. I don't. Yeah, like whether he's.
I even feel like calling it a moment of
weakness.
weakness. Yeah, I even feel like that's harsh to say it's a moment of weakness. I don't know. It feels like a pretty natural response. It feels like completely in line with his up until that point.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I agree, but it's a selfish response, no? Like.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like not. It's like a permissibly selfish response. Like no one should.
Okay.
No one should like poo him for having that response. If that makes sense, like.
I'm probably doing the thing again, but it just plays so much as self-preservation. Like, I mean, it's always self-preservation, obviously, but like to the point where he has no family, he has nothing, right? So like that definitely is a factor in it, in my opinion.
Yeah, but isn't that just prioritizing idealized forms of family representations of
I think his nature when he wakes up
Probably.
in space kind of shows that he isn't pathetic. Like he has those 2 days of crashing out and acting like a slob and all that. But then once he comes when he comes to terms with it, he's happy to oblige. And I think that shows the strength of his character. And and then later on with his reluctance to call himself brave in front of Rocky, I think it goes to show his battles with his identity, as particularly in that aspect. But I think he's not a coward. He is a bit pathetic, but it's ultimately it's outweighed by everything else, and it's you're allowed to be a little bit pathetic every now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah, well said. It's on a base level, regardless, he had the amnesia thing, and on a base level, he rose to the occasion throughout.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, guys. This sounds like a pretty interesting character to me.
I just want to say, I think everything in the film works for me. Every time you're trying to argue a point, I pretty much agree with you. It's just that I don't think it didn't. It works at a 7 rather than it works at a 10. But everything in the film, I thought was pretty much perfect in a way. So when you're trying to argue points, you're probably
a perfect 7.
You're trying more to argue to Luke and Liam than you are to me.
That's funny.
I'll let you know.
Did you like the flow of the flashback scenes, Jaden, in general? How they were inserted?
I didn't know we were going to get any flashbacks. I didn't think we were going to get and then even once we got them, I didn't think we were going to get much more than that. So then when we kept looking at them, I think they revealed the right amount of information. They accelerated the story and gave context in the appropriate amounts. And I think it helped, dabbling in these scenes of fuller casts to balance out, the kind of 1 and 2 man show. The flashbacks often a hard thing to balance, and we've talked about it quite a few times on the show. But I think the film does it well.
Can someone move their phone? It keeps vibrating. So
it's not even that close.
Thank you.
Sorry, I have friends.
Wow.
Oh man, that's true. I'm jealous because mine's also sitting here and it never fucking vibrates. Oh man. No, I agree. I mean, the flashbacks are some of my favorite stuff in the film, and in the book, and just in general in the whole story.
What song does she sing in the book?
She sings no song. That is a completely original scene. And can I just say, the scene was a bit long. She sang a bit too long. She sang the whole fucking song.
No, she didn't sing the whole song, but I was really worried that there was a point where she was going to sing the whole song.
Yeah. A little bit.
Yeah. I was like, ooh.
I'm like, surely you sing
get the full 4 minutes 27 seconds. I was like, that's
Yeah, it was a bit long. No, but one of the trivia things I've got here is that they threw that scene in because Ryan Gosling overheard Sandra singing, and she's like, "Oh, he was like, do that in the movie or whatever." So
she chose
there you
that
go.
song, didn't she?
Sorry,
I think she chose that song. They were
Yeah.
like, "What song do you want?
Yes.
What song can you sing?" And she was like, "Oh, I'll sing this one." And so, but then that song became the song of the movie, in all the trailers and everything like that.
Right, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, it's very thematically relevant, fitting. So it makes sense. Yeah. Fitzy, how did the flashbacks play to you? Did they? I want to. I'm asking in the way of did they flow well? But then I don't know. Also, just did you enjoy them?
Yeah. Yes to both, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the flashbacks told us as much about the character, than the ship did. Yeah. So I don't know, how, it wasn't much distinguishing factors there, but yeah, they were good. They flowed well. So yeah, I just think I don't know, the thing with Gosling not being a coward and everything, which I feel like I mentioned twice, and then as soon as Luke mentioned it. Everyone fucking agreed with him. But regardless of that fact, like the fact that we spend 2.5 hours with his character through flashbacks and through his own actions on the ship, and we don't learn like that much about him. Like he mentions like some past relationship that's just like a throwaway sentence, and
Okay.
Obviously the whole his patheticness not really being embodied in his actions. Like it is a major fault of the film for me, I guess. Yeah, and that comes back to like the flashbacks having the same kind of quality, with just the character as the ship. In terms of what we learn, but yeah, they flowed. So as long as the spice flows, everyone on Arrakis is happy. Well,
that's right. That's well said. Oh man, the one question I had about that: did you guys think that the film was teasing something to do with that, like that sort of beachy, rocky location that ends up like the spot that ends up being where he like that they recreate on Erid for him at the end? But like, was there not like in the sort of montagey like memory sequences where it's like all these memories are flashing up? I swear to God, they like show that location once or twice, like quickly. There's flashes, and it had me think like, why? So what is that location? What is the significance of it to him? And why did he choose it to be recreated on Erid? It felt like there was something there that was like cut or something. I don't know. Kind of confused me.
Well, we see him teaching Rocky to fish, and isn't there a bit about surfing as well? I don't know. Maybe you just grew up coastal.
Yeah, but are you guys? Am I tripping, or did that location not quickly flash earlier in the film in these montages? I thought it was going to end up being like a set, like it was going to end up being a full scene, a flashback scene there or something. Okay.
I think he was like sitting on the beach, but I don't know. Or was
it
was
might
that
have
in
been
like the sensory, like the chamber order with the images on the wall?
Oh, maybe that was it. Maybe that's all it was. Yeah. Yeah, that could have just been it. Yeah. And then, I still thought there might have been a reason he chose the place at the end, or like, I don't know, maybe it's just meant to be a nice spot. Maybe that's it. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's like a detail like lost like from the book or something that someone who's read the book could enlighten us upon. I don't know.
Bro, look, I know you've had your moments of you've come in and read the book of a movie we're reviewing. This is the only time I've ever got to do that. So just let me have my time, all right? Let me have my moment.
I'm letting you have your time. Well, what does it mean?
There's nothing like that in the book. That's what I was confused about.
Okay.
Like,
is there any other like deeper things about the character in the book that are like hinted at in the film?
Not really. The film, to a lesser extent, the film basically just streamlines aspects of the book, but like it's all there. So, like for an example would be like the whole thing with where the other astronaut dies for Grace to have to step in and take the spot. Like it kind of does. The film just generally doesn't really spend much time with the other astronauts. Like they get, I don't know, like Commander, like the Chinese dude, whatever his name is, like gets, I don't know, like a scene or two to say something or whatever. And then like the Russian girl gets like, I swear to God, like 2 lines of dialogue or something. But like in the book, they're more characters, like they're more around, and Grace has more scenes with them. And there's that one quick scene, like, it's the scene where Sandra Hüller sings, but like before that, when they're at the bar and like the astronauts like hanging out they're like hanging out like they're a couple, and it's like, and Grace kind of looks at them for a second of like, should you guys be dating? Like, is that inappropriate for what we're doing here? So it's there in the film. It's there for that 3 seconds, but in the book, it's more of a thing. It's like, I think they're seeing each other. Oh, this could be. Is this going to compromise the mission? Oh no, it's all right. You know what I mean? So it's like everything's there. It's just kind of like often touched on very lightly, very quickly.
Okay. So does he not go to the beach in the book? Like at the end of the movie on Rocky's planet? Is that described as a beach?
No.
Okay.
It's not. It's not a beach.
Is it,
it's the same thing. It's just not a beach. I think it's just meant to be like a nice backyard or something. I don't know.
Okay.
I can't remember. It's just like a nice yard, I think.
I couldn't believe that Russian astronaut was played by Milana Vaintrub. Like when I saw that on the letterbox, I was like, "That she looks nothing like that, man." That was crazy.
Who is she?
Oh, she's not like a massive actress, but like she got big because of a commercial she did for quite a while ago in America. But she's also like voiced like Squirrel Girl, and she's like popped up in random things. But like her face just looked so different. Like she looked like
you didn't recognize her in the
not
movie.
in the slightest. Like it was like
wow.
it was, I just thought it was like some random B grade. But it was like it's like I don't know. Hey, it's crazy what age does to you.
That's random, man. That's so random. Again, I feel like I like this movie the most, and I'm like here, like responsible for trying to pick it apart. But going back to one of the other maybe cool things we were talking about at the start, alluding to of like the missing ingredients in this film. We've touched on the sort of the character aspect of that, but I want to talk about the set piece aspect of that. And one thing that I think was coming up at the start that I generally agree with is that this film lacks a big climactic set piece to really drive it home. And I think you started it, Luke, when you brought up, I think you were talking about, correct me if I'm wrong, you were talking about the scene where like Ryan Gosling's up on the roof of the ship and like you get the whole, like he puts the, whatever the fucking light filter is over it and then the whole film turns into the red thing.
Yeah.
You're right. It's meant to be this kind of like magic moment of inspiration kind of thing. But I thought the scene was good. Maybe this leans into what Jaden was saying, where these are good seven scenes, but they didn't necessarily get me out of my seat, and I just felt that way about basically any time the film attempted the sort of grand epic sort of action moments. Like obviously the closest one, the biggest one you get is like the fishing scene, if you will, over Tau Ceti, and even that, I just
I feel like that kind of shows, because I forgot about that scene entirely already until you just mentioned it. Yeah. Like
so you agree with that? It's like it's good, but
I just I don't know what it quite is that has led to this, because I'm a sucker for image, but like even when it went full on, photo mode, it never fully captured me. I know. I think I think part of it was Daniel Pemberton's score. Like I like him a lot. I think he's done some really great stuff. But this felt like such a boring, uninspired score. Like in its quieter moments, it was very Hans Zimmer stellarish, and then in its louder moments, it was very Lorne Balfe derivative. Like it kind of felt like the school of Zimmer, but just in boring ways.
I definitely did think. It's funny you say that. I definitely did think a couple times in like the more slower emotional scenes. I'm like, this guy rewatched Interstellar. Didn't he?
It had the Interstellar piano keys, like 100%.
Yeah.
Like I think maybe I think that probably is in part to blame. I'm not gonna put it all on him, but like the score definitely did nothing to help moments stand out or distinguish a moment from the rest of it. But yeah.
I think that's true. And for you, being a fiend for visuals, like it's hard not to look at that planet, the Tau Ceti star, and like how fucking cool it looks. It's got the whole green mist thing going on.
The silhouette.
It's not something.
All that shit.
Yeah. And it's like it doesn't look generic. It pops, and it's like, oh shit. Like again, I think it looks sick, honestly. But just when it all comes together, I think all I'm describing, speaking for myself, is that like I'm not trying to be critical. I'm just simply like this is not all timer stuff, obviously. But like I'm not.
Well,
that's a bit far. Obviously, that's a bit far. But I think it also. I don't think these attempts at set pieces quite live up to the rest of the film. Like Fitzy said earlier, the humor drives the film, and I think it nails that.
Yeah.
When it tries to lean into the action, it's like it's good. It's just not at the level of the humor that you're setting in the rest of these scenes. It's not on that tier. So I think that's probably why some of it doesn't quite stand out as much as I want it to.
It feels like a massive correction from The Martian. Because like the Martian was funny, but then when it won the awards for like comedy at the Golden Globes, like it left Damon and a lot of other people like a bit confused. So like, whereas like this film like hammers, like, you know, like this is like the comedic tone, and like so like, it doesn't really like leave, you know, that doesn't leave room for questioning that aspect at least.
Yeah.
So then I don't know. I think that was more of a statement than a kind of anything else, but yeah, it kind of.
Do you think they did it on purpose because they were like, we want to get in the Globes category for comedy and it not be weird?
Well, is it the same adapted writing guy, or is it different?
The same guy wrote the screenplay. If that's what, yeah.
Okay, yeah. If that's the case, then yeah. Drew Goddard.
Drew Goddard. Yeah. He wrote the screenplay for both films.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I remember checking this out. He's got a fucking stacked like writing credits. He's great. Yeah,
he does. He does. Yeah, absolutely. Man, this film, I can't undersell how funny this film is. I really can't. It's got to be up there for the funniest films I've seen in the theater in a long time. I felt our energy as we were cracking up at certain things, and like there were certain bits in this film that like not only got the laugh, like this isn't me trying to shit on Marvel, I promise, but like I think Marvel films are often like, I know they get hate for like their style of humor. I think they're often funny. Like I'm not hating, but there's something about them where you get the one laugh out of me. You get like the one little moment. This film had multiple moments where it's like I'm laughing 15 seconds after the thing happened, and I'm still laughing about it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, shout out to and I think that's the thing about it. Like, shout out to Drew Goddard for that, because like the jokes were very original in this film. They're all rooted in Andy Weir's book in terms of like the style of humor, I guess. But like pretty much all the bits were original. I'm pretty sure I don't think there was anything that stood out to me as like, oh yeah, he just pulled that from the book. I honestly, any moment that really made me laugh, I don't think was pulled from the book. Like I funnily enough, like I don't even know if it justifies it, but like the moment that made me laugh the most in the film was when Ryan Gosling told that kid not to run.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a
it's like, it was absolutely
whatever.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
He said like I'm not. Yeah, I wasn't.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
I'm not. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Oh man.
Yeah,
that was so good. But no, like so the whole bit in this film, this is more a visual gag, and credit to Lord and Miller for this. Like the whole thing with like, you know, the ships like realigning, and then every time Gosling would move, then Rocky's ship would move to match it, and the visual comedy of that's totally new. Felt very Lord and Miller. I like that a lot. And in the film, it did a good job of, and the same goes for in that same sequence of the throwing of the fucking contraption through space. The throwing things from the book in terms of like trying to like another one's coming, I've got to go get it. But like it really leaned into playing that for laughs in a way that was really, really well done. Because everyone was laughing a lot. So yeah, I think it really does. It really is where the film shines the most. Sorry, Jan.
Yeah. I just think in terms of that scene, like it being pretty funny, but like beforehand, I think it's probably like the best it achieved at reaching spectacle of like him encountering the other ship and like, I don't know, just showing off like his ship from the outside. Like that's like the closest it got to like impressing me. That sounds a bit cheap, but like, you know, in terms of like, you know, impressing me on the next level.
Yeah, I agree. I think Rocky's ship, the scale of it, like the very unique feel of it, sure. It's kind of, it felt like it was like strung together with bamboo or something. But I like that. Yeah.
What do you think?
I think Carl felt a bit generic. Like I liked him as a character, but then like he felt like too much of a reduction, you know?
I thought it was funny.
He was funny, but he felt like too much like a trope to service, you know, Gosling. Like if, like, I don't know, could have given him a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, he's kind of like a nothing. He's such a nothing character in the book. I can't even. I think he is a character in the book. I think, but like he doesn't really stand out as like a character who like they needed to get right. You know, so like I didn't really. So he didn't really stand out as egregious to me. I mean, I just like seeing Marcus on screen. You know what I mean? I can't. Should call whatever the actor's name is, but Lionel is his name. See him on screen. That was cool.
I thought it was fun. I think apparently the Home Depot stuff was improvised. Like when they started, like throwing stuff.
Oh yeah.
When they did the bowling and the slam dunk and all of that, like that was fun. And then I'm not sure if the line like when Grace calls on the phone, it's like Carl and I had a baby or something, or like we're gonna be dads, or we're gonna be parents, or like whatever that line was. I don't know if that's from the book, Zach, but that was funny. Like I thought that was good. That was done well.
Yeah. I don't think that line is from the book, but that is one thing I'll say about that whole starting sequence, where like everything with him like getting dragged to NASA and then working in that lab, and like the humor when like he's in there by himself and all the fucking war chiefs are standing outside watching. Like, I'm pretty sure like all the lines are fresh. Like even the joke. Oh no, I'm pretty sure the joke where Strat's like, we would prefer that you didn't die. I'm pretty sure that's from the book actually, but regardless, like that, all that stuff tonally like just matched over seamlessly. Like it just perfectly replicated it and what the book was going for in those scenes.
Yeah.
Where it's like it's serious stuff, but it's like, and it's not meant to be take the piss out of it, but it has this like, you know, charming lightheartedness to it that translates. Yeah.
I'll just say like on the spectacle and like the visuals and the music and everything.
Yeah.
Like I guess the planet was okay, but it feels very the planet was okay, but everything else kind of felt manufactured in its spectacle, and the music especially kind of felt very just like inviting and just very like film scory. You know, it felt very, I don't know, like deliberate, I guess, but, like not in a great way.
Okay. Yeah. On the technical elements, yeah, because I kind of overlooked these, but I agree with all that. I think Greg Fraser's work is really good in this film, though. I thought the film was stunning, personally. I thought the interior of the Hail Mary was awesome, and it's actually one thing I liked about it versus the book is that. Yeah, it's one thing I liked about the movie versus the book is that, first of all, like the film's version of the Hail Mary is like definitely cooler and like more interesting inside than the book describes. The book also gets, and this is obviously a benefit of being a film, the book gets really, in my opinion, bogged down a lot in the fucking geography of the ship, where it's like where everything is, and like, oh, we got to go 2 levels up to this, and then we got to move this compartment around here, and then we got to. I'm just like, dude, I don't care. And then I'm so happy that the film doesn't give a shit about that. It doesn't really make any effort. Which like usually I praise like feeling the geography of spaces in films and like where things are in relation to other things. I just disliked it so much in the book that I kind of am glad that I had no fucking idea where each room was in the Hail Mary, to be honest.
Yeah.
But regardless, the rooms individually were definitely cooler than described in the book. Like I love the whole screen LEDs fucking VR room thing they had going on. That was cool. Yeah. So I thought the way they used all the spaces and the lining of the spaces, I loved it all. Yeah.
I didn't mind like the tilting when it came back, when it like went back and forth between the flashbacks and real time.
Good point.
Was alright.
Yeah, great point.
Good cinematography.
Yeah, absolutely. Using that to sort of transition you back into the past or the present. I also really liked the playing of aspect ratios. You know, I love that shit. Loved it. There was a couple, I was listening to Lord and Miller on a podcast and they talked about how a couple of times, so like they do ultra wide for the fucking, like the flashback scenes. And then they go to IMAX Like, we didn't get the full IMAX frame, but then they go to IMAX for the space stuff. But then there were a couple of times when, like, I noticed that they were playing with like a third aspect ratio, and they were breaking their own rules. Like, it wasn't like straight up just, if it's a flashback, it's this. If it's space, it's this. Like, there were sometimes like they'd go back to a flashback and keep it IMAX for a bit, and then go in. And so they'd play with that a little bit to kind of like, I guess, play with the idea of like the transitioning between, like, it's like Gosling's recalling this event, and then it takes us a beat for it to sort of transition fully into the scene itself, if that makes sense. And that's, I think that's just another thing they were playing with, along with like the tilting, like you said, Fitzy, like just using these different ways with the camera and with the frame to transition between the two, that I thought was all really cool.
Well, the tilting was like, because like, he spins around to get the gravity. So it's like when he gets back on Earth, like the camera's tilting because Earth has gravity. So it's clever.
Yeah. That's really clever. Yeah, definitely. I think I've.
Is there anything else to talk about?
I think I've got my stuff down. Are we all done?
I think so.
Are we all silent?
Yeah, I'm good.
I went to an auction on the weekend, and they actually did this. Sorry, Jaden, you go.
No, I was just saying I'm good.
Oh, good. Excellent. All right.
Just put my piece out.
I was shocked when I went to the real auction. They actually fucking, like, they do I kind of pictured them like they really hang on that part at the end. Like, but the auctioneer could tell it was already over. Like, I guess just based on experience. And like, so he just fucking wrapped that shit up. He's like, are we all done? We all silent? Yep, done. And I'm like, Jesus God, like, what if someone really did want to come in at the last second, mate?
It probably depends on if they've hit their reserve or not, how willing they are to just get it done with.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but if someone wants to put in a new bid, obviously they want to hear that. But it was more, my point was more like, what I got out of it was just how, like, he knew for sure no one else was going to put in a bid.
Buy another house, aren't we?
No, definitely not. All right, that's all good. Let's get to our final verdicts for Project Hail Mary. Jaden.
Yeah, I'll give it a pretty happy 7.
A happy 7? I haven't heard this adjective before.
No.
A happy 7?
A happy 7.
He's a happy 7. Okay. All right. Spooky.
I'm toying up between like a 9 or a 10. I don't really know. What?
Bro, this whole time you're like, oh yeah, it's good. It's good. It's solid.
Like, oh, that's good.
It's solid.
I think I got 9.5. I think I got 9.5. This is
not
allowed.
No, it's not allowed. You're giving it a 9.
I give it a 9 then. I'll give it a 9. Oh, fuck, I want to maybe give it a 10. I feel like
dude, I will not allow you to give it a 10. Okay, not allowed.
10.
I'm barely letting you give it a 9, to be honest, but I'll let you give it a 9.
I've not disagreed with anything you've said. I thought like this was a great movie. I left this movie loving it. I'm tired. I'm just a bit tired. Sorry, I'm not bringing like super high energy, but this movie was great.
Oh man,
I can overlook any fault this movie has because of how fun Ryan Gosling and Rocky were. I'm giving it a 10. This is a 10.
He's giving it a 10. No,
it's
oh,
a 10. This movie is a 10. This movie is pretty. This movie is funny. I'm giving this movie a 10. Pacing's good. The flashbacks are fine. The set pieces are fine. I can overlook any issue I have with any kind of redemption or not having a punch. I can overlook that because of the comedy. I'm giving it a 10.
This Nick, is like, if you made it this far, God. I want you to text me and tell me if you think, based on what you heard at the start of this review, if Luke was going to give it a 10. I just want to, anyway, I'm just throwing that out there.
I mean, we can't be too shocked because back in the day when he first ran Letterboxd, remember his reviews were like, this is a perfect film, 4 out of 10. So like,
yeah, this is like, he's like
the inverse
somehow
of that.
Inversed on that. That's fucking weird. Oh man, I'll give this film a strong 8. I thought it was great. Highly enjoyable stuff. It's no Interstellar, obviously, because did this film have a fucking anything close to the docking sequence? No. But it was hilarious. That's for sure. Liam.
Yeah, I give it a 7. Very, very funny film, but yeah, definitely not a 10 for me, unfortunately. Almost a 10, but I'll keep it as a 7.
It's almost a 10, but I'll keep it at a 7. Yeah, that's I'll say
a happy 7. A happy 7.
a happy
Yeah,
7.
happy 7.
Oh man. All right, let's get into news chat. Let's talk about this Harry Potter HBO television trailer. Jaden, I'm going to leave the room for a second, but I want to kick it off with you, please.
Like my first impression of the trailer is that they missed the tone. I don't think that's necessarily going to be true for the series, but the trailer so badly wanted to hammer down like an epicness that like it just felt like it missed out on so much of what particularly made those early films like special and charming. It was like, I don't know, the kind of childish exploration and fun of magic. Like it just felt like it was trying to introduce you to this epic story, which it is an epic story. But like you only really like get to that kind of feeling later on, you know, rather than just being like kind of bewildered by it all. So that felt a bit off from the beginning. And it feels like it just like, I don't know if it necessarily is going to be, but it just felt a bit serious even in like the Dursleys like portrayal. Like they all like they didn't seem comedic in like their, you know, abuse. But you know, like it's like so much of the like I think they forgot that their audience should be kids and not the people that grew up with Harry Potter and that want to watch it again. Their target audience should be the new generation of kids. And so like I just feel like the trailer missed out on that kind of angle. I think the sets look fantastic. Like I was really blown away by the shots we got of like some of the interiors of Hogwarts. I thought that was really cool. And I think the actors look great. I think like one of the big things that everyone's been going on about, obviously, is, you know, casting. And I think everyone really fits their role. I'm still not sold on Nick Frost as Hagrid. It just feels weird to see Hagrid without like his accent and have him like, I don't know, talk normally.
Yeah.
It was a bit odd. And I've got to say, like in 2026, I was not expecting so much racist comments towards Snape on the YouTube trailer. It was insane.
You weren't expecting that?
No, not like not like I thought we left that shit behind like 7 years ago. I didn't realize it was still gonna happen.
I mean, I sort of guessed that it would happen just because of internet outrage, but like I don't think people should have an issue with it. I think they need to get over it.
Like people having an issue with it on Instagram is one thing, because like that's like Instagram is just like an Instagram, Twitter, whatever, like that's short form and people just get it out there. But like to go on YouTube and be racist kind of feels like a different kind of like
yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah.
I don't know, but like it was just surprising. Not surprising. I mean, a little bit surprising, but like I don't know. It was crazy how much like it was crazy. Like I scrolled like a decent amount, and like it was a lot of comments about Snape.
Yeah.
I don't. Did he have like I can't remember if it was from the trailer or like a different still. Did he have like redness around his nose? Or, like redness in his cheeks? Am I misremembering the photo? It looked like he had some weird makeup on his nose.
Are you asking if he took drugs or something?
No. It just looked like he had like. It looked like, I don't know. It just like he had like redness around his nose. But like it looked fine. Dumbledore looked good. Like Nick Frost looked a little weird, Hagrid.
Yeah.
But nothing that made me not want to. Like I think I'll still watch it.
Also,
nothing that made me like.
Yeah. Given the fact that we're shown Harry getting bullied at school, means that we are 100% are getting a whole episode dedicated to non-magic stuff.
Yep.
Which is dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
Like I know, like in terms of the movie, I think it was like about 40 minutes before we got to Hogwarts, but like it's just different. It's just different pacing wise, and like I don't know.
Because like wasn't it like 20 minutes in Diagon Alley as well? Like even if it was 40 minutes until we got to Hogwarts, they left the Dursleys pretty quickly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, but it just means we get to see Zach's favorite trope, which is kids bullying kids at school.
Dude, are you fucking kidding me? Dude, they're justifying doing this whole show by adding fucking school bullying scenes, my favorite. Oh my
Yeah.
god, kill me.
Yeah.
For speaking, what do you think of the trailer overall, though?
Yeah, I thought it did look cool. I did think I was quite shocked by how much the trailer did focus on the Dursleys bullying Harry. I did think that was a little bit weird.
Maybe we'll get
to
2
me,
episodes of
I
it.
feel like, oh yeah, it kind of felt like it felt less like a trailer and more like a teaser. Yeah, I think you're right, Jaden. It didn't quite present like the magic of the world. It tried to make it a bit more serious than I thought it should have been, which I feel like it was maybe just doing that so that people could see what things look like, as opposed to like a trailer that would actually talk about the story. Because like the trailer itself didn't actually communicate any of the story of the first movie. Now I understand an argument could be this is a really famous series, everyone knows the story. But firstly, if everyone knows the story, why are you remaking it? Secondly, if you're remaking it for a new audience, then they probably don't know the story, or maybe you shouldn't assume they know the story, which is why I'm sort of looking at this as like, this isn't the first trailer. This is like a teaser. I'm treating this trailer as a teaser, and then they'll release another trailer later where they'll reveal a bit more about like the three-headed dog and like all the other stuff that happens in the first book. We didn't see, did we?
Quill?
No, Quidditch.
No, there was like a
briefly.
shot of him walking on the pitch.
Walking on the pitch.
No flying, yeah?
No, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
so
too
I feel like
expensive to
that's the
CGI
sort
that.
of stuff you'll show in the second one. They'll show that in the second trailer, as opposed
Do you
to
think
the
they're
first
going to do 2 episodes of Quidditch?
trailer. No way. Just one. Isn't there only one?
Dude, this is if you can't already tell, this is going to be, at least, I think Jaden's onto it too, but this is going to be our gag for this whole thing, is that like literally every single aspect of this story, we're just going to go, are they going to do 3 episodes on X? You know what I mean? Just everything. Do you think they're going to do 3 episodes in Gringotts? They might. They might. Can't wait. I feel like I will just say, I feel like the first 30 seconds of this trailer went way out of its way to like show, look at all the new stuff. Like, look at the Harry bullying scene in school. Look at Aunt Petunia's scene that's new or whatever. And there's like a couple of just new stuff, and they were just like, look at the new stuff to like kind of justify itself. And then the rest of it, it was just kind of like flashes of like, look how cool things look. And they looked good. You know? I haven't got any complaints about how things looked or about the casting fits, seeing people on screen, in their roles. I'm like, okay, yeah, this looks good.
Ollivander looked good. He was the dude from Andor. Like, well, I don't know what his actor is, but like he looked awesome. I was like, oh, actually, that looks pretty good.
He's a cheat code, because putting Anton Lesser in anything just gets me.
Wasn't he already in Harry Potter? In one of like the later ones? It was like a very small. It's a small gig. I thought. No.
Don't know.
I mean, who would he play? I don't know.
I thought he had like a very minor role in like one of the later ones.
He has Harry Potter vibes for sure.
Was he like an innkeeper or something like that? Or he worked at Hogsmeade or something?
Don't know. Don't think so. So, it's great to see him. But, I mean, look, my overall take on this trailer is that, did it look bad? No. Did it do anything in terms of getting my excitement higher or my interest higher? No. It's just kind of exactly what I expected, which is fine. I'm pretty neutral on it overall. Yeah. I don't think there's anything they can really show me to get me like excited. So I'm not expecting that, and that's okay. But I'm glad I wasn't offended by anything either. I'll tell you what will offend me is when they start calling him Voldemort. That's going to offend me. Oh my god. Fucking Voldemort's back. Oh my god. Anyway. Fidzi, did you watch this trailer?
No, I didn't see it that it came out.
There you go.
That's
Don't
exciting.
even worry. It's fine. But to your point, Jaden, the only other aspect I guess to talk about is the fact that they're making Christmas. They're going for it.
Sorry, you keep on cutting out because of my internet. So like I'm missing like every like other sentence.
That's okay. I just said they're making Christmas 2026.
Yeah, I was surprised by that. But I also saw
So was I.
that they confirmed that there is not going to be a season every year. So in terms of stuff like it's I don't know.
Yeah, that's not super surprising. Which they're not going to be able to. They're not going to be able to stick with the Christmas thing then, unless they do a season every 2 years, which means they would finish by when?
How many movies are there? 7 movies?
Something. 2040 if they do it 2 years.
The kids
14
would be
years?
the kids would be 25 at the end.
That's not egregious to be
14
honest.
years. No,
but
Fuck
old
it,
mate
let's do it.
that's
Let's
playing
get-
Dumbledore is well dead.
Oh, he'll be dead.
Yeah.
Poor what? Oh my god, what's his name? John Lithgow. He'll be dead.
Yeah.
Okay. Now it's time for our highlights of the week. Fitzy, what have you been watching?
I don't know. I want to look out for the time. What how long this episode's going. So I don't know. I should give something.
It's a 4-person
all right,
one, so you can allow it.
We're not doing everyone. Fitzy's just said we're not doing highlights. Everyone was skipping highlights. Sorry. Cut it. He doesn't want to do it. So
Didn't you watch
No.
Splitsville?
Oh, you guys can do it.
We're not gonna talk about that.
I'll take that as a no.
I didn't hear what you said. What?
Oh.
You like mumbled that whole sentence.
Didn't you
Yeah.
watch Splitsville?
Oh, yeah, sure. It was alright. It was kind of like I've seen the other film from the guy who also like co-wrote it, same writer, same director, and that was like Splitsville was just basically a second version of that. And I felt like the climb was a bit better, a bit funnier. Yeah, I don't know. Adriana. She was good. Adriana. Yeah. She was good. Dakota Fanning, not Fanning. Fucking what's her name? Dakota Johnson was actually good in the film. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dude, that's always the thing with her is that it's like you have to say actually. She was actually good.
You do have
But
to
that's
say
the thing.
yeah.
Like she gives you one like this, and then like it's just miserable the rest of the time.
Yeah, I know. It is.
You get a bad
Well,
times at El Royale, and then you get I don't know mid shit for 6 years, and then you get a Splitsville. It's like
Yeah, exactly. You get
Spoiler alert
you
for
get
all.
you get that. What's that movie that we like? The Friend movie, whatever it's called. My Friend or whatever the fuck it's called.
Oh, my old friend.
No, what's it called?
My best friend. Our best friend.
Our is it? Yeah.
Our friend.
Is it just called Our Friend?
Our friend. Yeah.
I think that sounds right. Anyway, killer performance, killer movie, and then you get Madam Web. You know. There you go. Jad, what have you been watching?
I watched Twisters, which was fucking awesome. It was fantastic. Daisy Edgar Jones is great, and I didn't realize David Corenswet was in it, so that was pleasant.
Oh, I didn't either.
And then Glenn Powell, of course, is pretty good too. But I was really impressed. I know all the other storm chasing movies I've seen, like the original Twister, and then I know Into the Storm's the other one. Like they're kind of fun, but they're not. There's not much. But like this one really, I don't know, it just really got everything right. I don't know.
Wow. Nice. I should check it out then. I don't know. I've never really. I think I overlooked that movie, to be honest, but I might have to watch it.
I like how much they treat like the tornadoes as like actual villains. Like it's like a real villain to them rather than like being like a weather threat. It's really fun.
That's funny. I shouldn't like use the names of them all the time.
No. They're not in giving them names, but like in explaining like I don't know their behavior and stuff, and like it's coming back at us and whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a real boss fight.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Mm.
I'll quickly say I watched A House of Dynamite. This movie's great. It's so my shit though. So like, I guess like, I don't know if I can like, if it's like a general recommendation, but like it's so up my alley. Just having all these fucking awesome actors just like walk around rooms and talk to each other and like be nervous with each other. It's fucking awesome. And your Letterboxd review was very good though. Like it was definitely accurate. But then that's the thing. I know I'm the parent though. I know even though I'm 24 years old, I'm the guy who's like definitely going to be telling my kid, you see this movie House of Dynamite? It's about these people at the White House. It's great. You know, I'm going to be that guy.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, the movie made
No,
me
I remember watching that. That was good.
uncomfortable. Yeah, the movie made me uncomfortable for sure. It made me nervous afterwards. So it was effective. Luke, what have you been watching?
A fair bit. But like the two things I've watched sort of recently is I watched both Ready or Not and Ready or Not 2 Here I Come. They were both good. I really enjoyed both of those. I think that's like the first time I've seen Samara Weaving in anything, and she was really good in both of those.
Okay.
Like her sort of like reactions and her screaming and her sort of like all those horror tropes. Like she was really good in those. And then Catherine Newton was in the second one, and she was really good in that as well. I enjoyed that. I think like
Dude.
the premise was just easy. It was just so easy to buy into the premise and just sort of watch them all like and just watch it based on that. Like yeah, I enjoyed it. It was good. Yeah.
Very cool.
My experience with watching the second one is it was me and two other people in the cinemas, and the third guy that rocked up was like a tradie that rocked in, and I just thought it was very he sort of like rocked in. He was a bit late. He sat down, and then at the end of the movie, we're walking out together, and he just sort of turns to me and starts having a conversation, and he was like, "Oh, that was really good, wasn't it? Like that was better than the first one." And just the idea that like this tradie is like organized his day and thought, I'm gonna go by myself to see this movie because I really like the first one. It just created this whole he was looking and was like, oh, I remember really liking the first one. I'm gonna go and watch the second one. And then he enjoyed it. So I was very happy with that. I thought it was very funny.
It sounds like he had huge, I'm going to go see this movie on my lunch break energy.
Yeah.
Isn't it good that
Nice.
you had a day off on that day to go see it?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I earned that day.
All right. Now comes the segment where we hand the show over to you with our question of the show. Last week we asked you the question that has caused immense controversy. Jesus. What is your personal Project Hail Mary? Wow. Andy Lau said, Chinese with Sina was my Project Hail Mary during COVID. Also my uni assignment at the time. Well, that's what makes it the Project Hail Mary, right? The relationship between an action figure of John Cena and myself is very much akin to Dr. Grace and his bestie Rocky. He is literally me for real. It's an interesting parallel there. I didn't think of the John Cena action figure as Rocky. But I guess Andy had to create a film in which the puppet could, play as important of a role. Equally as much of a character as Rocky is in this film.
Chinese with Cena was great. I can't wait for the remake in 10 years' time.
Is it gonna be
I really want Andy to be one of those
series?
filmmakers that remakes his own movies. Absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be tough as.
Oh, man. All right. What is our personal Project Hail Mary? I have no idea who has an answer anymore. Jaden, do you have an answer?
Yeah. My answer is to get rich as fuck. And my way to do it is by gambling every cent I have.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else for how you were going to do it.
What was I going to say?
Oh, you know.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
No.
Oh, man. Okay. Gambling. No, shouldn't that be Fitzy's answer?
Sure.
No? Okay.
No, it's not my answer.
All right.
Is that, are you asking me that question?
No, I was more wondering if I was like Jaden gambling. You know?
Dude. The only reason I don't gamble is because I know I would be addicted if I do.
But yeah. That's a good reason. Yeah.
I feel like I'd be good at gambling though.
Famous last words. Fitzy, it's not your answer, so what is?
I don't know. No.
You fucking came up with the question. What do you mean?
Yeah, actually, that's a good point.
No, is it you, Zach? You came up with the question, Zach.
Did I? I don't think
yeah.
I did.
Yeah. Did I?
By the way, you two had to fucking approve it last week, and here you are sitting with your fucking thumb in your ass.
Yeah, no, I don't think Fitzy would deny he liked the question because he did.
No, yeah, that's good. But you came up with it. I'm not claiming that.
All right. Sure.
No, it's my Project Hail Mary. Oh, this is just cringe though. I don't want to do this.
I don't care. This is a safe space. Whatever.
No, it's just chess. I'll just get into 2000 either, and my Hail Mary is just spamming games for like a month straight. Now, once I get enough time, I'm just gonna.
Is this like the fucking fourth time he's used 2000 Elo on chess as an answer?
I said it was cringe. Like, what do you? I don't know any other. It's like chess or sleep schedule. Those are like my goals in life, you know. So, I don't know.
No, that's all right. That's good. I feel
You
like
didn't even have an answer. Your thing was fucking fake as fuck, dude. So you can stop coming at me.
What? Who? Me?
Jaden's thing was fake. Jaden's. I want to get money and gamble. That's not a real answer. Like I'm giving a real answer here. You know.
I think my aspirations are a bit more honorable than your recycled shit.
Then fucking tell us.
Well, I told you.
No, you didn't. That wasn't a real answer.
That is.
You came up with that in 2 seconds, and it's not even genuine.
So that is 100% genuine. The gambling.
No, we know the real version.
Shut up. Look, what do you mean?
Maybe we should expose that if he doesn't.
Yeah. Hey. No. How about you shut up?
I think we should. I think we should.
Nope.
Oh man. My personal project, Hail Mary, is the Star Wars Celebration main stage panel tickets. Because, goddamn, this was a dream. This was a moment that had to be secured. There was one shot, and it was, man, is this possible? Is this possible to get even one of these? You know what I mean? I didn't know, but I was willing to go the distance. I was like, man, I need to give this everything I've got. We're going all the way there. Can I get on those at least one? I didn't know. I had no idea how it was going to go. I'm just like, I know this is going to be hard, but I'm like, can I get on one main stage thing? That'd be great. Yeah, let's go for that. Dude, fucking pulled out all the tabs, pulled out all the devices, pulled out all the fucking Discord servers of everyone else doing it, and played this shit, and executed the project to perfection to secure all the fucking tickets for myself, of course, because I couldn't get any more for anyone else, which sucks. But I did reap the rewards of my project Hail Mary. So I succeeded. And so much so, like, I was so satisfied with this project and with this accomplishment. So much so that, like, I'm already, by the way, just like mentally, I feel like I've got to remain healthy. I'm already very much lowering my expectations for next time. Like, I cannot, like, just assume that's going to happen again. I'm already like, oh, I don't think I might not even get on a stage again. And you better believe I'm going to execute Project Hail Mary 2.0 at the time. Absolutely. But I can't assume that it'll happen again. I think I got very lucky. I'll take it as a one-off. But I'll give it another crack next time. We'll see how it goes. Fingers crossed. Spooky, what is your personal Project Hail Mary?
Well, I couldn't really think of an answer. so I don't really think I have a good one. But I landed on like there was a few uni exams that were like
Oh yeah.
go one or two ways, and felt like like how much cramming the night before can I do to pull off a Hail Mary, and it worked. But that was probably like that's probably something where I was like this could. It was like in that like final year, I was like, oh, maybe not. We'll see how this goes. And so that was the Hail Mary, but we got there. We got there.
Oh,
We
you always
secured
get
the
there.
victory. Yeah.
Come on. We're talking about Dr. Luke here, and we're talking about Dr. Luke studying and doing exams. Like,
Yeah, I don't buy for a second that you're cramming. You're fucking
yeah, that seems fake.
Yeah, think of better questions then, because that's the best I've got.
Well, it's interesting that you two went for real life scenarios that you've accomplished, whereas we went for hypotheticals.
Has Liam not done 2,000 chess credits before?
No, there's only like
I thought it was
1,600.
like League, where like you get silver, but then you lose.
I'm on like 1,800. No, I mean it does fade over time. That is true.
God damn.
Actually,
Dr. Leanne. Oh, sorry.
no, yeah.
You're interrupting Dr. Leanne here, Liam. Dr. Leanne wrote an answer to last week's question that we didn't get to read because we recorded really early, which we've done again, by the way. We've totally, we're going to, like, for the foreseeable future, be reading, like, 2 answers to 2 different questions. But last week's question was, which fictional army would you fight for? And this was Dr. Leanne's answer. The fictional army I would consider fighting for is the one led by Oliver. Don't start that talking. I could talk all night. My mind was sleepwalking while I'm putting the world to rights. Call careers information. Have you got yourself an occupation? Oliver's army is here to stay. Oliver's army are on their way. And I would rather be anyone else but here today. Anywhere else but here today.
I'm not sure where that's from.
Is that from like the animated movie? Like, oh, I think of like Arthur, like the kid that shrinks. Like
Liam's right.
Seems like something by Elvis. Is that?
Elvis Costello. Okay.
Leanne, I love this answer because of how confused everyone is.
Is the song based on like real life things? Or?
I don't know. It's Oliver's. The song's called Oliver's Army on the album Armed Forces.
Well, I've just seen this post here that says Elvis Costello says he won't perform Oliver's Army live. Calls for radio stations to stop playing it. So, no, I'm not sure what's going on there.
Belfast during the Troubles in Northern Ireland.
Oh, yeah, there we go. There we go. Cool. A quote-unquote fictional army. Am I right? It's Oliver's Army, It's all allegory. That's fine. Yeah. Oh, man. That's a very interesting answer. Thank you, Leanne. I loved it. It was like a riddle to be solved. All right. As always, we'd love you to submit your responses, thoughts, and or reviews for next week's film in the YouTube or Instagram comment section, or join the Discord server. This week, the specific question we're asking you is, we're making it a bit simpler. We've gone a bit out there, but this one is hopefully a bit more accessible. Who is a character you love to hate?
Mine's Luke.
Now, I would... Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Dr. Luke is my answer. That's it for this week's episode. Normally, you see, it's funny. I normally say like, Luke or Liam or whoever. Why? It's always Liam. I don't know why I said that. But Liam, why am I asking this question? But it's like, the thing is, this question actually isn't applicable to the film because it's not like I love to hate Umbridge. Right?
No, but you do.
I don't.
No, you do. It's like,
you think I do?
Yeah, because like characters like Umbridge or Joffrey are kind of they're the pinnacle of this question. They're just.
Are you telling me what my opinion is? Like, what is this?
because it's just characters that are like you hate them because of how bad of a character they are, but like bad in terms of like in universe rather than like writing wise, Like they're designed for you to like not like them,
But that's not the question.
But it is. Like whenever
it's not.
Whenever
that's what the question means.
Whenever this question pops up, that's what it means.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes. Every time BuzzFeed fucking mentions it, it's characters that
It's
They just-
Joffrey and Umbridge are like the top two. Yeah.
No, I know that, but I'm saying, okay. I guess I've never interpreted the question that way.
How do you fucking
I don't
interpret it?
I don't love to hate Joffrey. I just fucking hate Joffrey, and that's great writing. But why do I love to hate him? I would say a character that I love to hate is someone who's like a total asshole, but it's like fun to root for him.
No, that's
but that's someone you're
just
still
want to
rooting
love
for.
them.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I still, yeah. In the exact wording of the question as it's generally proposed, I don't fully agree that, like,
You are the only person to have ever interpreted it in any other way.
I'll accept that because that's certainly not the first time. But I'm just saying, right, in the exact, who is a character you love to hate? I don't really see in there, like, a character you hate because he's written well.
It's not that he's written well, it's just that he's like such an asshole that, like, it's just that, it's
You hate him.
you hate him, yeah. And
Okay.
you enjoy your hatred.
Yeah, maybe that's the part I'm missing.
Yeah.
It's like
You
I
get off
enjoy
on the hatred.
Yeah, but it is still hatred. It's hatred.
Yeah, you love to
Yeah,
hate.
yeah.
That's in the.
Yeah.
You love to.
Yeah, maybe I'll think a bit hard on the love part, maybe. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, no, that's cool. Anyways, where I'm up to, Liam, why movie we're doing next week?
Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix on
Oh yeah,
Max. Yeah.
Let's freaking go.
They're about to order.
God.
They're about to order the Phoenix.
Dude, it's all good stuff from here, let me tell you. I mean, it's been good stuff the whole time, but it's getting real good here. Excellent. I'm excited about that. All right. That's it for this week's episode. I appreciate Luke, Liam, and Jaden for joining me. As always, have a great rest of your week, and